Hey everyone, CV Tech here. Making this video tonight. This is the kind of video that I really don't like to make. Mainly because it's a rant video about some issues I'm having with Boost Mobile. Now, I want to go on record as saying that I am a huge Boost Mobile fan. I've been with them for a lot of months, and I'm really satisfied in general with the company and my service I do get, and I love the phones and the plans is awesome, but there is some things that I gotta make issue of, and I've been dealing with this for months, and actually one issue happened earlier tonight, so I want to make mention of all of this, so maybe Boost Mobile can get on track and kind of, you know, fix these problems that they are having with their service. So first thing I want to make mention of, their coverage map. Their coverage map is deceitful. Whenever I first started Boost Mobile, I knew I had no LTE, even very light 3G in my area, and and voice coverage was hit and miss. So, but I knew that, but I went ahead and I figured, well, they're going to be eventually boosting towers, so I went ahead and went with Boost Mobile because I've been with them on and off since their two-way chirp phones back in the day, and I've always been impressed, and I've always really liked Boost Mobile, and they've always been good company in my opinion. But here in the last little bit, especially since around September of this year, whenever I mentioned, I got a list here of Boost issues I have encountered. And so, like I said, number one is deceptive coverage maps. Now, in my area right now, I am blanketed in enhanced LTE. And I will show you right here to prove it. You see right yonder, that is, that's blanketed LTE. There's no breaks, there's no nothing. That is like strong LTE everywhere. And if I was to go in here, and I will do it here in a few minutes, since I went ahead and showed you that I have really good enhanced LTE, and even if I cut off the enhanced LTE, you will see that the coverage map, is fair to good, which honestly, I do get good service. Now, I do get between 1 to 2 bars of service, and even with that, I still maintain really good call quality. I can make a phone call, it's clear. I do sometimes use my Bluetooth headset because it does seem to, help with call quality or not call quality, but it does seem to help when you're not touching the phone, that this here does provide clear talk time without any fade outs, because you're not holding the phone, as most of y'all know how that works. So, as right here, like I say, fair to really good call quality. And when when you go into regular 4G LTE, you'll see again it's blanketed in LTE, and enhanced is also blanketed as well. So I'm gonna go out of here, and I am going to cut off my Wi-Fi and show you where or what it is showing, which right now, if you can see that, it shows no bars of service, and I'm still waiting for something to pop up. Right now it is showing a little bit of service, if you can see that right there, if you can. So there you go. Up on top there, if you can see it, 3G popped up for a second, and now it says unable to establish a wireless data. Now, I've done all the perimeter resets, the pounds. I've changed phones over and over again, going from this phone to that phone. And, you call Boost Mobile, they give you the runaround, and I'll get into that here in a few minutes as well. I've been having this issue. The coverage maps have been updated. All the towers are completed for LTE, enhanced LTE, and coverage. Now, as far as voice coverage, I have no issue with it because I have coverage almost everywhere I go. So even though it does show kind of, fair coverage, it really does put out good. So I'm not having an issue with that. But as I sit here holding the phone, you're going to see right yonder that I have no bars at all, which will not prevent me from making a phone call. But it goes from 2 bars to no bars, 2 bars, no bars. Just can't go with mine. Now you'll see 3G is back up top and it's done gone again, and that's showing up again. So that's one of my main issues right now with Boost Mobile, is the fact that LTE is blanketed in my area, and no matter what I do, they can't seem to fix the problem. It'll show up 3G for a few minutes and go right back off again. So that's the one thing I wanted to make mention, is the coverage maps, even though it does say you're blanketed in LTE for faster internet, I have to constantly run Wi-Fi, and if the power runs out and I need to get on data, I'm barely on 3G, and even then it's very slow, and it's pretty much like a 2G GSM, just not really any count at all. Number two I want to make mention of is the customer service. Now, customer service, as some of y'all know, has dramatically dropped a whole lot. I have been calling Boost Mobile customer care, technical support, everything since September about this issue, when all the towers were up, and I got the same runaround every single time. It was always, the towers are being updated, the networks are down in your area, towers are being worked on, this, and this. There's always something going on, and I actually did get a credit or 2 credits, and I got a month of service for free, which is really good on Boost Mobile's part for, helping me out during that problem whenever, they say that their tower was down. So now, when I call back the 20th time the other day, or more, they always want to escalate it to a higher, higher up. Well, they done it a week ago. I've not heard anything. I've called back. It's the same old runaround. So, Boost Mobile customer service, don't believe nothing they say. I have learned that they will tell you what you want to hear, but when it comes to the point of getting anything done, they do not know what they're doing, what they're talking about, or anything. Because they told me, well, your coverage map shows that you are in full LTE service. There's nothing we can do. And I'm like, well, and they'll say, we'll have somebody come to your area and check the service out. Well, that comes and goes, and nothing ever comes about it. So that's my main issue right now with Boost Mobile, is the fact that customer service is very poor. Full LTE coverage and even voice coverage is good. I can pull between 0 and 2 bars of service, which I should be getting 3 bars plus in my immediate area right now, since they have boosted the towers, and they say that there's no issue with the towers at all. They're all fixed, they're all putting out, but as you see right yonder, no LTE, can barely pull 3G, and you even seen it where it says cannot establish data connection. So that's another issue that I have encountered. The last thing I want to make mention happened earlier tonight. Now, I wanted to do an ESN change from one phone to the other. So I got on boostmobile.com. I went in there and I signed in and everything. I put in my cell phone number. I put in my password, and a completely different account came up. Not my account. Somebody else's account came up. So I immediately, logged out, put in my phone number again, my password, the same thing. Somebody else's account came up, and I was like, this ain't my account, so I immediately logged out. I went in there, completely cleared out everything from my web, everything, all the Boost Mobile, sites from the web. Got back on Boost Mobile again, logged in into my account. That's not a good thing, that, the fact that anybody, if Boost Mobile is screwing up on their website, which lately they have been having issues with their website, or I have anyway, that's not good if you have an account and somebody else can log into their account and accidentally access your account. That's just not cool. That needs to be, that's something right there that needs to be evaluated. And Boost Mobile, if you're paying attention to this right now, you need to get your your act together when it comes to your online, when it comes to your service, when it comes to your coverage maps. Now, I'm not sitting here dogging Boost Mobile. They're my carrier. They're going to continue to be my carrier because I like Boost Mobile. You know, I can't sit here and say, oh, there's a junk company and I'm about tired of them. No, I like Boost Mobile. I like the phones. I like the plans. I like the service. It's just that the customer service is very poor. The coverage maps seem to be deceptive in certain areas, and it's just something that needs to be worked on. So that's just my little rant for tonight. Always be careful. Always monitor your account because you never know when somebody else may where somebody could be logging into their own account and come across your account. So I'd always be careful. Always check your coverage maps. Always check your accounts. Make sure everything is good. So anyway, that's all I want to mention of tonight. I hope that this helps you out a little bit. If you're having any issues with Boost Mobile, Virgin Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, whoever carrier you may have, leave them in the comment section below, and we'll kind of discuss it a little bit, talk about a few issues with different carriers. So these here are just a couple of issues I've been having. I've about had it with customer service with Boost Mobile because they keep giving me the same runaround, and you know it's pretty bad when you're paying for a service that you can't use unless you drive 5 miles up the road to get into LTE service. You know it's just pointless. You know, since I am blanketed in LTE. So that's just my rant for tonight. Normally don't like doing stuff like this. This is not my kind of video that I like to do, but you know, when you get fed up with a company because of their slackness, then you want to make mention and get it out there, and hopefully they'll see it and make a change. So anyway, any questions or comments about this video that I made mention of, leave them in the comment section below. If this helps you out any at all, give me that thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I'd appreciate that as well. Y'all have a good one, and stay tuned for the next video.